Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time we're going to talk about debugging this week. So there's a couple different ways that we'll talk about debugging. One way we'll talk about how to do it within Chrome. You could also do it within Firefox. And we'll also talk about how to do it in Atom. So we'll start with this first. So we'll do is, as you see here, in order to debug it, this is our HTML page that we created some time ago. You definitely need to have some type of something to debug within it has to be some type of JavaScript. It can't just be HTML. So for example, this right here we really can't bug, and I'll show you. If you click on View, Developer, and you want to go into Inspect Elements, you'll see that you get this whole console area up here. In this case, we could click on Console, click on Sources, and Sources are localhost. We have our index file, which is just our HTML file, and there's nothing really that we can do here because we don't have anything. It has to be something with JavaScript. So what I did is I put a website here called Debugger. So if I do debugger.html, and I'll include this code in our thing here. So if we actually come over to here and look at the debugger code, all it is just an example of JavaScript code. As you see where it stops running, because we have the script right here, and it starts and it stops right here because we put the semicolon here, and that tells us to stop and do not execute until this is completed. So as you see here, I have debugger right here on. Now what I could do is I could click on, right now it stops here, this tells it to stop. But let's say I wanted to put a breaker right here. If you click on it, you can put a breaking point to know when you want it to stop. These commands over here, this is the run. You can do step over, you could do step into, or you could do F11. Those are common ones. You want to use the step into to be able to check your variables. There'll be reasons why you're doing this. A good example you would do this is if you were, let's say that you were using an API and you were getting data from another resource, and that API is sending information. If you just run it on the fly, yeah, obviously it may work or may not work, but what's important is you want to see what variables are coming over. So if you are having a problem, debugging will be helpful. So in this case right here, if, as you see here, I can again hit run, and it stops on this. It still doesn't play because I haven't told it to continue. If I click on step into next iteration, it'll walk through and step to the next code. So now it's going to go into this bungle.js code. Next, now it's going into the library to do what it needs to do. So it's using the purple box JS library, whatever that is, and it's doing information there. I can put a stop right here, and I can hit run again. And as you see, it completes it. Now, what I can do is I can stop it here. I'm going to start it over again. And actually, let's do this. Bar x equals 15 times 5, which is 75. But let's say that we want to stop it. We want to do something else to it. So what I can do is go out here, and I could change my code here and say, we know it's going to be x equals 75, but now we're going to change it and say x equals 99, right? We're going to stop that, okay? So let's do this. Let's go into console, sources, debugger. Let's refresh it. All right, so it's paused. Now, you know what? Let me do this here. Sorry. There we go. All right, so let's go back over to console. to get it to stop. Alright, so let it run. Provides it here. It's a little challenging sometimes over here, but you can do some different changes within here. The nice thing about this is you could come over, check the network, and see how the network is acting. You check the performance, check how much memory is being utilized, what's the local storage, security, and so forth. So this is very helpful. This allows you basically, these are just breakpoints, or you could stop it, you could disable breakpoint, whatever the case is. So that's how you would do it over here. This is nice. And you can also toggle if you want to make it into something else. You want it to be a website, or you want it to be a platform, like a mobile platform, or whatever the case is. So let's see here. First what we're going to do, go and add them. If you're using a Mac, if you're using Windows, you'll have to do the similar thing. Click on Preferences, come down to Install, type in Script. I already had this installed, but if you don't have it installed, you'll just click on Install. And it allows us to run a script within here. So what I can do is I could create a new site, and we'll call it my JS. I'll call it playground.js. Now what I could do is I could come here and type console.log hello students, and if I do, if you're using a Mac, you do Command I. If you're using a PC, you could do the Windows key, which is Command and I. And as you can see at the bottom here, it ran hello students. And this is another way that you could debug directly in here as well. I like the Chrome way a little bit better. This is a way to at least test your variables. What the heck did I just do? It's a way to at least test what you got, make sure it works, as we did here. You could add stuff onto it. Think of this as a, not so much even a debugger, but think of it as a way to get some information by testing it as a pass-fail type of scenario, which is nice. That's one way that we could do it as well. So I wanted to show you that you can also do it in Firefox. So I have Firefox open up, and so I'm going to go into Firefox. Where is she at? Tools, Web Developer, and you can do all the same stuff in here. Inspector, Web Console. Things look a little bit different. Inspector allows you to walk through the code and debug it as well. There's something called Debugger. Click on HTML. You can put a bookmark here. Oops. Right click and do add breakpoint. You could add conditions. So you can put a condition and say maybe if X is greater than 3, then do something. So you can do something like that. So it gives you those options. You say X equals 99, so you could put a condition, you could add to the log, you could see if that'll print. You can do a lot of different things within here itself. Let's see here. You have all the same features that you have in Chrome, but I like to say some of them are a little bit more because you could add the condition. I think you could do that in there as well. But anyways, nonetheless, I want to give you guys just a little small demo on breakpoints, debugging in Chrome, Firefox, and Atom. Atom is very limited. It allows you to just cut and test your stuff at the bottom here. I don't think you can, I think you could bookmark it to a degree, but it doesn't work as good as that. But anyways, nonetheless, I wanted to give you guys an example. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.